Now, coverage you can count on. This is 12 News Now at 11.
Well, some locations already down to 23 degrees. We're tracking heavy rain and wind for late tomorrow night, but more so for Wednesday morning. I'll have your forecast coming up.
Plus, new mayor in town. We take you to the first Woonsocket City Council meeting after the resignation of Lisa Baldelli Hunt.
And Turkey Day travel, what AAA expects the roads to be like this week and when you should hit the streets.
But we start tonight with a look at your first forecast. Frigid out there right now. Temperatures in our area are already getting down into the 20s. I'm Shannon Heggie.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. Let's give you a live look here at the AMPA in downtown Providence. Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca joins us right now, tracking a storm that could impact some travel before Thanksgiving, Tony.
Yeah, Mike and Shannon, heavy rain and wind for later tomorrow night, but more so centered, unfortunately, on the Wednesday morning commute, kind of a windswept heavy rain. In the meantime, just clear, cold, and dry. One of the colder nights we've seen in a while. Doppler radar, nothing locally. We're not anticipating any rain or snow. Precipitation that we're expecting for very late tomorrow night, meaning starting around 11 o'clock tomorrow night and into Wednesday, still back through the Midwest and the deep south. Leading edge of this rain is still 600 miles away, so that's why we'll stay dry now through at least early tomorrow evening. But all of this moisture tracking east and headed our way, with the core of the heavy rain and wind again centered on Wednesday morning. So travel locally over the next several days looking okay for tomorrow with dry roads. It's Wednesday, specifically during the morning with heavy rain and wind. The evening commute on Wednesday looks much better, and Thanksgiving Thursday travel looks fine. We've been saying this now for almost a week, just kind of sunny, cool, and dry. But the worst of the travel weather would be early on Wednesday morning. 1 to 2 inches of rain, wind gusts over 40 miles per hour along the coastline. Some reduced travel speeds needed at that time. Look at some of these temperatures and getting even colder overnight. Waking up to cold sunshine but dry roads for your morning commute tomorrow. We'll get a closer look at the forecast. Really a lot to cover this holiday week, all coming up in about 10 minutes.
Tony, thank you. While many people are predicted to fly for Thanksgiving this year, the highways will be busy too. A spokesperson for AAA tells 12 News they expect the traffic volume to be 80% more than normal. Wednesday is historically one of the busiest travel days of the year. AAA recommends leaving early in the morning or after 6 and giving yourself longer than you need just to make sure you're safe on the roads.
If you think you're going to need 2 hours on the road, give yourself 3, so that way if it's a little bit longer than 2, you feel like you still made good time. With the weather being rainy potentially, we hope folks give themselves additional time to drive a little slower.
AAA says Sunday is also expected to be a busy drive home. And right now on WPRI.com, we have a Thanksgiving travel guide. There you can find the best and worst travel times throughout the holiday week, your up-to-date weather forecast, along with our flight tracker and train schedules. Woonsocket City Council's meeting for the first time with a new mayor and a new city council president.
Many who spoke at tonight's council meeting hope this starts a new era following the resignation of former mayor Lisa Baldelli Hunt. 12 News reporter Kayla Fish joins us from Woonsocket with what happens next for the council. Kayla?
Well, Lisa Baldelli Hunt wasn't in the room, but her resignation and the controversial land deal she was a part of, which was revealed through a Target 12 investigation, were top of mind for both residents and city councilors alike.
Congratulations to the city of Woonsocket, because I think we can move forward.
Residents, including many former council members, speaking at Woonsocket City Council meeting Monday, addressing a new mayor and a new city council president.
I'm hopeful that there's a new era here in the city and in Harris Hall of progress and policy over politics.
This should be looked at and treated as a great opportunity, but always understanding that with great opportunity comes great responsibility.
But front and center during public comment was the resignation of Lisa Baldelli Hunt, who stepped down suddenly less than 2 weeks ago, citing health issues.
This mayor has had a history for the last 10 years of not working together and collaboratively with the council, and you guys just got a heavy dose of it with a secret land deal.
Many residents referencing a Target 12 investigation that revealed Baldelli Hunt used $1.1 million in taxpayer funds to buy vacant land from a former business associate without city council approval. The city solicitor is now working to unwind the deal. Council President John Ward assured residents the issue is still being looked into, but the council, he says, is limited in its abilities.
It is not for us to decide about charging somebody criminally with something. That is entirely up to an attorney general or a U.S. attorney's office, because there may be federal funds involved. It's not for us to do. Our job is to collect information to make sure that the citizens are fully informed.
Both Council President Ward and Mayor Chris Beauchamp also addressed the city charter, including holding a review process to recommend some changes, like, for example, holding a special election for mayor instead of having the sitting council president become mayor in the event of a vacancy. In Woonsocket, I'm Kayla Fish, 12 News.
Kayla, thank you. New tonight, a Navy plane has gone into a bay after overshooting a runway in Hawaii. A Marine Corps spokesperson says it happened at the base on Kaneohe Bay. Thankfully, all 9 people aboard were not hurt. There's no word yet on what caused this to happen.
Also new tonight, the investigation continues into an apparent car fire on 195 West in Somerset. This was around 5 tonight, right after the Braga Bridge. Traffic was backed up into Fall River. We have calls out for more information. We'll let you know as soon as we get anything new. New tonight, the independent commission investigating the Lewiston, Maine shootings met for the first time today, setting a timeline for when they'll complete their work. Our affiliate WGME reports the group, which includes law and mental health experts, will be reviewing the events leading up to the shootings and the response. They'll also be looking into any missed warning signs about the gunman. Today, they set a 6-month deadline for their work. They're also looking to get subpoena power from the legislature in order to request testimony and documents.
New tonight, the Providence Police Department is getting money for training and hiring, thanks in part to a program now run by former Chief Colonel Hugh Clements. Mayor Brett Smiley's office says the department is receiving a $2.5 million community-oriented policing hiring program grant. Clements was named the director of the COPS office in January. Providence Police also being supplemented with a $220,000 COPS Community Policing Development Grant, which will be used for de-escalation training. The U.S. says a deal to release some of the more than 200 hostages held by Hamas could be close.
It comes as Israeli military officials have released new videos claiming to show terrorist tunnels at Gaza's largest hospital. 12 News reporter Naomi Ruckham reports from New York.
President Biden expressed hope negotiators could reach a deal to free some hostages held in Gaza.
Mr. President, is a hostage deal near? I believe so, but I'm not prepared to talk to you. So? Yes.
Multiple sources told CBS News an agreement would likely include the release of 50 hostages in exchange for Israel pausing the fighting and allowing more humanitarian aid into Gaza, including fuel.
We believe we're closer than we've ever been, so we're hopeful.
As protesters take to the streets demanding a ceasefire, White House officials say Israel's efforts to eliminate Hamas do not amount to genocide.
What happened on the 7th of October? Murder, slaughter of innocent people in their homes or at a music festival. That's genocidal intentions. Israel is not trying to wipe the Palestinian people off the map. Israel's not trying to wipe Gaza off the map.
Hostages' family members met with ministers of the war cabinet in Tel Aviv.
We all feel, especially when we're talking about our families, that this should be the top priority.
Israel released video, it says, shows a Hamas tunnel that runs below Gaza City's sprawling Al-Shifa hospital complex, complete with blast doors and a firing hole. Dozens of premature babies were transferred from the Palestinian territory's main hospital to receive care in Egypt.
A team from the World Health Organization visited Gaza City's Al-Shifa hospital and described the facility, now under Israeli control, as a death zone.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, when multiple historic homes could come down on Angel Street in Providence. Tonight, neighbors and advocates held a vigil as one last plea to stop the demolition. The mayor's office says the property owner followed all the necessary requirements to get the buildings torn down, and they're not in a historically protected zone. The demolition notices were posted on the buildings last week, and Councilman John Gonsalves says he's going to take a closer look at what the city's ordinances allow.
The current ordinance doesn't require abutters to be notified, so that's something that we're going to look at, and we're certainly going to get something on the docket sooner rather than later.
City records show a Delaware LLC bought the properties last month. 12 News has learned there's no plans yet for the lots after demolition. Coming up on 12 News, trimming the termite. Rhode Island's favorite big blue bug got in the holiday spirit tonight.
Plus, a star-studded cast who's in the new movie slated to film at the Cranston Street Armory.
Get more breaking news from the online leader, WPRI.com. Sponsored by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses, the brand you trust since 1928, offering Nairobi's same-day mattress and upholstery eye delivery 7 days a week.